Hey, I'm really glad you're here today. Today, I want to talk to you about the phrase, whatever you believe, you're right. Back in the 80s, I heard this a lot from Louise and Wayne Dyer, and they would say that all the time. And over the years, I've realized that this is really, really true. But I want to tell you a story that proves it based on my dad having a heart attack. So back in the year 1970, my dad was about 35 and he had a heart attack. They took him to the hospital and then they kept him in the hospital for 2 weeks. And the whole time my dad was in the hospital, all he did was say he never had a heart attack. He said that forever. Like, he, even after he got out of the hospital, he said, I never had a heart attack. Those people are crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. And we just thought he was crazy. And, you know, my dad was very straightforward that way. He would just say whatever he really thought, and he held on to it. Anyway, so he had this heart attack. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks. The whole time he was there, he was so bored, and he knew he didn't have a heart attack in his heart. I mean, in his mind, that's how he held it. And so he would walk, and he would stand at the window in his hospital room, and he would imagine that he was walking as far as he could see. And then he would see himself walking all the way back. And he did that all day long because he was just so bored and he felt like he was trapped there. So anyway, years and years later, he did end up in his, I think it was late 70s, early 80s, he did have a stroke. And really, he got away pretty easy with it because he's still able to golf and do all the things he wanted to do before. He has a little bit of trouble and a little bit of a limp, but other than that, he's now 91 years old. But during that time when he had the stroke and they had him in the hospital, they did an EKG and they checked his heart and everything. And they said that he had absolutely no scar tissue in his heart. And he said, I knew it. I knew I never had a heart attack. But I think that this is just telling us, at least it's telling me, that whatever I believe, that's what is true. Not just for me, but for everybody. I don't know if you ever watched the Jerry Springer show. I think I watched it years ago, like once or twice. And or even Judge Judy. I watched that a couple of times. And you would see someone who had told themselves over and over again that whatever they believed happened. Like, they played it over and over and over again in their mind. And by the time they got to see Judge Judy, or they were in this other situation where they had to be proven right or wrong, whatever they believed, they were right. Like, they were so right in their mind that it didn't matter whether or not Judge Judy said they were wrong. Like, they were so clear that what they said and what they believed was true, that even if she said they were wrong and they left the the courtroom, they would say, no, she's wrong. I know this happened. And none of the facts that they put together could possibly have happened that way. So it just shows me that whatever you believe, you're right. And I think when I take that into my own reality, if I decide that I can't do something, I'm right. I can't do it. If I decide that I'm too tired, I can't do it. If I decide that I can't find someone in my life to hang out with or have fun with, I'm right. I just won't see it. I just won't, my reality will not reflect whatever I have inside. So I just wanted to put this video out there to say, whatever you believe, you're right. Because if you think about whatever it is that's stopping you, consider what your beliefs are. Consider what you're doing to create that reality that makes you right. And see if you can shift it. See if you can shift it some way. Let go of it. Or imagine that the opposite is true. What if the opposite is true? And play with that for a while until you see that it shifts your reality. I know that's how it worked for me. If I imagined that something that I didn't necessarily believe, like, oh, I'm really tired, so I can't do blah, blah, blah. And I decide, you know what? I'm not tired. I'm going to do this. I actually do pretty well. So think about the things that the ways that you're stopping yourself in your life. Consider this phrase, whatever you believe you're right, and see if there's some way you can shift it or start to create the opposite reality for yourself by just playing it over and over again. Okay, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, go ahead and share. And if you'd like to work with me, there's a link in the description below. All right. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.